one of the reasons why I don't call myself a shaman is because I am aware of what that word brings in people. So if I say shaman, we'd probably be thinking of a magician, a wizard, a person from the jungle. You would be thinking of feathers. You would be thinking of this whole persona, right? I am not saying that every shaman should be called a facilitator. But what I'm saying is maybe the other way around, that not every facilitator should be called a shaman because it's a combination of what shows up in people with some form of appropriation. I feel that if I would be a Peruvian shaman and I would hear some person in the United States who looks like me say, I'm a shaman, I would feel somewhat either disrespected or something there's not right. And I feel like in respect for them and in respect for the participants and ultimately in respect for myself as well, it is important to make that distinction because if I start calling myself that or any other facilitator in the West, if I call them that way, I am forcing people unconsciously to bring all of these images of what a shaman should be. And then the participants are going to start projecting their image of what a shaman should be into me or into whichever facilitator. And that will ultimately create expectations and therefore disappointment from both ends. I did mention what a shaman is, but a facilitator, I kind of didn't say it, but said it anyway, which is somebody who allows for an experience to happen that dedicates their life to that specific practice. But there's no specific image that shows up when I say facilitator, except, oh, this is someone who does. I feel it's more neutral.
I really like what you're saying. In my interpretation of what you just said, shamanism comes with a great deal of weight. There is a persona and there's expectations, and people come to you with expectations of what they think you should look like or embody, or a particular character that you should be representing. And coming forward as a facilitator is neutral. And so it allows you to really express and be authentic as to who you are without being imposed upon in terms of someone's expectations of what they think you should look like and be like and act like. It almost feels in the Western world, when I hear someone as a shaman, for me, I feel that there's a form of appropriation, and it almost feels like it's a stage presence. Whereas when working with a
Mm-hmm.
facilitator, it's much easier for me to trust because I feel like there's less ego accompanied to this person's persona and how they're representing themselves in that arena.
Yeah, I think partially that was also one of the things that made me want to stop calling myself a shaman. The ego part is when I saw it within myself, which is like, I think a lot of Westerners who call themselves a shaman, they want to be seen as the guy with the feathers, the guru, enlightened being. I think that's another aspect of this word that one of the images that it brings in people is guru. Shaman is closer to a guru. And so people love calling themselves that. I'm calling their facilitators their shaman because they feel if you say my shaman is the best, you are like, I am so great that guru I follow, I chose correctly. It has all of this,
Yeah.
and all of this happens unconsciously.
Yeah.
So I
Great
think it's
by
just better
proxy
to,
or great by association.